Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone for this Sunday Feast program on ISKCON Kaggadaspura. I request all of you to come little forward so people who are late coming should not get their first seat. Okay. So today we are welcoming Bandhu Madhav Prabhu. So welcome people will give a short introduction to Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So what to say about Bandhu Madhav Prabhu? So we all know, but for a formal introduction, he has 25 plus years of Krishna conscious exposure since college, following footsteps of elder brother. Tirelessly worked hard to develop Sheshadipura temple congregation and Narasimha temple congregation. He is co-leading member of ISKCON which had conducted 10 Janmashtami so far. He is well known for his powerful philosophical lectures that profound difference in devotees' transformation. Master in VLSI, working in senior technical architect company, Sasco Automobile Limited, and is also director in automobile company. Right now, this is what we are actually, and from my personal experience, like he has been very profound in his philosophical lectures, and just now we had a very beautiful kirtan, so it was very moving. So it's all trying to put ourselves fully and trying to glue ourselves in his lecture and make profound transformation to ourselves. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. नष्टप्रायेषु अपत्तिषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं गायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्. First come to second chapter. I think it's around 18 or something. I don't remember. So this is the verse which we just chanted. Very common, very popular verse. After we sing this verse, generally devotees go to sleep. But it's a very powerful verse, has a very powerful meaning in it. So we'll spend some time. How many of you remember this verse by now? Okay, very few of them. Let's recite it together so that we all can remember and memorize this verse. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 18. नष्टा प्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी Would you like to repeat this?
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
Some more devotees.
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत
सेवया
उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
Anybody else?
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भगवते सेवया भगवत उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं
भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवते उत्तम श्लोके
भगवते उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी.
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी.
Okay, what do we mean? Nashta, destroyed. Rayeshu, almost to nil. Abhadreshu, all that is inauspicious. Nityam, regularly. Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavatam, or the pure devotee. Sevaya, by serving. Bhagavati, onto the personality of Godhead. Uttama, transcendental. Sloke, prayers. Bhagavati, loving service. Bhavati, comes to being. Naishtiki, irrevocable. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Read it again. By regular attendance in the classes on the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental shlokas, songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Purport. Here is the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. The remedy is the association of Bhagavatas. There are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them, or either of them, can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. A devotee Bhagavata is as good as the book Bhagavata because the devotee Bhagavata leads his life in terms of the book Bhagavata, and the book Bhagavata is full of information about the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees, who are also Bhagavatas. Bhagavata book and person are identical. The devotee Bhagavata is a direct representative of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So, by pleasing the devotee Bhagavata, one can receive the benefit of the book Bhagavata. Human reason fails to understand how to serve the devotee Bhagavata or the book Bhagavata. One gets gradual promotion on the path of devotion. But actually, these are facts explained by Srila Narada Dev, who happened to be a maidservant's son in his previous life. The maidservant was engaged in the menial service of sages, and thus he also came into contact with them. And simply by associating with them and accepting the remnants of foodstuff left by the sages, the son of the maidservant got the chance to become a great devotee and personality, Sri Narada Dev. These are miraculous effects of the association of Bhagavatas. And to understand these effects practically, it should be noted that by such sincere association of the Bhagavatas, one is sure to receive transcendental knowledge very easily, with the result that he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. The more progress is made in devotional service under the guidance of the Bhagavatas, the more one becomes fixed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The messages of the book Bhagavata, therefore, has to be received from the devotee Bhagavata, and the combination of these two Bhagavatas will help the neophyte devotees to make progress on and on. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So, reading from Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 18. So what we see here is about Bhagavata. Prabhupada says in the purport that there are two types of Bhagavata. One is the book Bhagavata, other is the devotee Bhagavata. Right? And Prabhupada says both are very powerful. Both are equally competent to actually cleanse the heart. Prabhupada says in the purport, the first line itself, that all the obstacles that are there, he says, here is the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. So, we are all practicing devotees here, and as a practicing devotee, we all have challenges, obstacles, hurdles to actually cross over. Yes or no? How many of you here are able to chant your 16th round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, hearing all the Maha Mantra, every syllable in your ears, every day? Right? So that shows the purity of ours. We are all struggling, literally struggling. We are struggling with this body, struggling with this mind, always constantly being disturbed. If not, other living entities come and disturb us. And for us to actually practice this devotional service is something like a very big hurdle to cross over. Like in fact, many times, many devotees come and speak to us saying that, oh, Prabhu, this is enough for me. I have had enough. I am neither able to have a peaceful life materially, nor able to have a nice life spiritually. In both the sides, I am getting dashed. Right? So we say to them saying, welcome to Krishna consciousness that time. Because many devotees think saying that Krishna consciousness means it's all bed of roses. After coming to Krishna conscious, Prabhuji, Mataji, so many things actually happened in my life. Wonderful things were actually happening. They used to say, oh, okay, come, these for some more time. Right? Because in the Bhagavatam, if we actually go and read, or Bhagavatam or any given scriptures that we read, none of the devotees there had a peaceful time there. Arjuna, he never had a peaceful time to hear Bhagavad Gita. Where was he hearing Bhagavad Gita? The war field. Right? Not sitting in a class with all the fans running, with all nice lights, mat, right? With all arrangements. No. Where was Parikshit Maharaj hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? With 7 days of death notice. Where was Gajendra offering a flower to the Lord? Under the clutches of the crocodile. Right? Where was Prahlad Maharaj practicing Krishna consciousness? He was pushed from the cliff of the mountain. He was bitten by the snakes. He was put under the foot of the elephant. That's where they were all chanting the holy names of the Lord. So no devotee in the history of the Bhagavatam or in the entire history of recorded devotees or Bhagavatas spiritual life, none of them had a very peaceful life to actually practice Krishna consciousness. Right? Nobody will have a peaceful life in this material world. In this material world, nobody gets a peaceful life, in fact. We only think saying that other person has a peaceful living. We look at the other person and we get enamored in our mind. Oh, such a nice life they are actually having. Husband and wife, a nice family, nice children, nice car, nice bungalow they have got. So I want to actually have such a kind of life. But you go inside their house, then only you will see all the problems they are facing. Even in some devotees' life, we think saying that some devotee is actually like having a perfect spiritual life. How many of you have wondered that other devotee is having a perfect spiritual life?
Many times.
Many times, right? But only when you go inside their life, you understand their challenges, their difficulties. Everybody is struggling with their mind here. Everybody. No one is exempt. That's why even Arjuna asked this question in the Bhagavad Gita saying, how does a transcendental person manage all these things? In the second chapter he asked this question. How does a spiritual person manage with this body, with this mind, which constantly kind of troubles? Right? How does a person manage? Anybody remember the sloka? It's a nice sloka. No. Forgetting. Okay, fine, no problem. If somebody finds it, let me know. It's in the second chapter. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan patanamogatan. No, not that. That's a reply that Krishna gives for that. It's okay, no problem. So, spiritual life is never a peaceful life, right? It's never going to be a peaceful life. In fact, once somebody comes into Krishna consciousness, their life will not be peaceful. That's the beauty of it, right? It's not that their life will be disturbed. It's that even amongst hundreds and thousands of challenges, the devotee will be given the intelligence to manage the situation very nicely, which a normal person cannot manage. A normal person cannot manage that. Right? If you see Prabhupada's whole life, daily routines, Prabhupada used to sleep for 2 hours a day. He used to go to bed around between 9 and 10 and he used to get up by 12 o'clock. And from 12 o'clock onwards, he will start translating the books. He will say that is the time nobody disturbs him. And he can actually peacefully do all the translation. All this Bhakti Vedanta purports were written by Srila Prabhupada in the time midnight. From 12 o'clock to morning 4 o'clock, he will write the books. That's the schedule for him anywhere he travels in any part of the globe. Right? He hardly used to stay in one place for 5 days, 10 days, sometimes 1 day, 2 days. Wherever he travels, even longer distance, no jet lag, nothing. Next day he will be back to his routine. That's how his life was. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, similar story. Right? For them, in fact, Prabhupada says in the Bhagavatam saying, for a devotee the time actually expands, which a normal person struggles to actually do within 24 hours. For a devotee, the time actually expands. In fact, Prabhupada says, he repeatedly writes in many places in the Bhagavatam, saying that spiritual world is known by the conspicuous absence of the time. Or like there is no time factor in the spiritual world. There is no growing from boyhood to youthful to old age. There is no growing like that. The time is actually not moving. The time will move according to Krishna's wish. If Krishna wants, it will become a sunset. If Krishna wants, it will be a sunrise. It acts according to Krishna's wish. It is not like here, time is actually taking everybody to death. Taking everybody for destruction. Anything in this material world, you buy a new thing and you keep it for some time, Even if you don't touch it, don't disturb it, it will go for its course of destruction. This own material body. It's like it's every birthday is a reminder saying that we are growing older and older and older. Prabhupada says, that's why in the Bhagavatam, and in his lectures, he very clearly says, saying that birth is an indication of death. Somebody who is born means they are marching towards death. Anything or any person, anything in this material world which is born, which is created, will actually march towards its destruction. That's how it is designed for. And nobody can stop it. We can make hundreds and thousands of plans for protecting things. Nobody can stop it. And that's why people here are very anxious. There is so much of anxiety that I am going to lose what I tried to actually preserve. We try so hard to preserve something, but even despite our greatest and best of efforts, still it is slipping away from our hands. That's the beauty of it. We are all trying to actually defy Krishna's plans. Krishna's plan is to actually make sure that this life is kind of temporary. He is kind of like giving an offer or like a trailer film to actually see and then develop some kind of an interest towards going to the spiritual world. He created this environment. Our acharyas call this, or it is actually like this material world is compared to a prison house. Right? What is expected to be in a prison? A person who goes inside the prison gets himself reformed, rectified, repents for whatever mistake he has actually committed, and then he comes out and becomes a normal person. That's what is really expected out of a prison. So similarly, this material world is actually compared to a prison. Durga. Durga means one who protects the prison. That's why she is there. Mata Durga, she is there who is as a protector of this prison. She is the prison keeper. And she whips every person in this material world. Every person gets whipped here. Whether he is a man or a woman or an animal or a fish or a plant or a tree, everybody gets whipped here. And everybody suffers in the whip of Durga. And people think, saying that if I go take shelter of Durga, she will not whip me. She will whip more, in fact. Until somebody surrenders to Krishna, that whipping will continue. Nobody can escape it. What is the verse that Krishna says? That this material world is very difficult to overcome, but if somebody surrenders unto me, they can easily overcome it. Devi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. He says, Mam eva prapadyante maya metantarantite. So Devi esha gunamayi. There's 3 gunas. Mama maya duratyaya. Duratya. Krishna says it's very difficult to conquer. You make hundreds and thousands of plans to actually conquer, it will all fail. Everything will fail here. We are trying to actually conquer over Mother Nature. And every time we try to conquer Mother Nature will bounce back with its own plan. We cannot conquer. The more we try to put plans and try to conquer, the more ferociously Mother Nature will come out. Because that is Krishna's creation. And we cannot overcome Krishna's creation. We are like tiny, puny living entities living here. We don't even have control over this body that we are having. How many of you are in control of the body? How many of you have the power of digestion whenever you want it? You eat nice, fatty food stuff, paneer, this, that, and all these things, and then it should digest within 1 hour. Will it happen? As you grow old, it becomes more and more tough. Right? This body itself is not in our control because this body is given to us by Mother Nature. Right? It's given to us. It is not ours. It is given to us. So we are just using this body today. And that's where we are living here. all of us living here are having a precarious situation. In fact, Prabhupada writes in one of the purport of Bhagavatam, saying Bhagavad Gita, is saying that every living entity is living in a very awkward situation in this material world. It's a very awkward, very incompatible situation. We cannot actually become compatible. It's very difficult to actually become compatible here. You may try to make the best of arrangements, still you will find miserable. I still remember, I think I would have shared this some time back. It's not a very pleasant story to actually share with. Long years back, I was traveling from my native back to Bangalore. Just before boarding the bus, I actually drank a lot of water. I was so thirsty, it was summer time. I drank a lot of water and I boarded an AC bus. I had to actually pass water after some time. I was sweating inside the AC bus. Right? So even if you go sit in an AC bus, you cannot actually have a peaceful life. That's how material world is. This body is designed to actually give us suffering. It will give us suffering, for sure. In whatever body you go in, whether you go into a best of the bodies, even if you go to the Brahma Loka and stay in the body of a Brahma also, you will find this body to be miserable. No body in this material world is a pleasant body to live in. That's why Krishna is encouraging us, saying that come to my place. Natat bhashayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante taddamam paramamava. If you come to my planet, you don't have to come back and take another birth here in this material world. He is campaigning, Krishna in fact. He is campaigning to actually come there. Why are you actually suffering here, all of you? I have built a very beautiful place in the spiritual world for all of you to come and enjoy. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to go to work, you don't have to work in the kitchen, nothing is required. You know, you want puri and sabji, you go and ask a tree, tree will give you puri and sabji, because all are kalpa vriksha there. You don't have to cook at all at your home. Every day you can have festivals there. Such an offer Krishna is actually giving, saying that you come to my place, there is so much of facility for you to live there. Enjoy, come and enjoy. There is nothing other than enjoyment in spiritual world. Only enjoyment, enjoyment, enjoyment. But still we are not going. What a kind of living entities we are. So rebellious, in fact. Right? So much of offer is being given. Today, like afternoon, I got a call from somebody saying, you take this and this, it actually costs you 1,000 rupees, we'll give you for 300 rupees. I know there is something there. If somebody offers something cheaply inside within this material world, there is something there inside, some hook is there. Either it may be something like it's going to get expired, rotten things, and then they are going to sell it off with cheap, whatever. There is some hook there within this material world. If anything is given free, because nothing comes free in this material world. But Krishna, on the other hand, he is giving so much of offer, just like a father. Does a father or a mother have any condition to the child when they offer something to the child? They give it wholeheartedly, without any conditions. There is no condition involved. Right? A mother or a father don't take the pain to actually serve the child. Clean their back, wash their urine, all those things. They don't actually expect anything from the child. There is zero expectation. That's why Prabhupada many times compares. It is like comparable. A mother's love towards a child. It's comparable, Prabhupada says. But it is still not to that extent. It is comparable, that's all. So that is what Krishna is actually trying to offer. You come to my place, you can live happily. You can have a joyful life. What is what is ultimate in the spiritual life is actually considered very low in material life. What does Krishna do in the spiritual world? At least you will know all these things. What does Krishna do in spiritual world? What is his work? Gai Charana. So he herds cows. So these days in material world, if somebody don't go to school and go for herding cows, that is actually considered to be the lowest. Oh, you don't go to school, you don't go to work, you are herding cows, you are herding goat. That's how they actually see it. But what Krishna does in spiritual world, he does the same thing there. And he has lot of fun. They pack samosa, kachori, rasgulla, gulab jamun, all those things in small dabbas. Their mothers actually pack it every day and then they send it with them. They actually happily go to the forest, herd the cow there, have a lot of fun, play, enjoy, eat, and then they come back in the evening. Job done. Every day goes like this only there. Nice, no? Even to imagine it is so nice. You don't have to go to office, you don't have to work under a boss who actually scolds you for some petty money what they actually throw on us. We have to work so hard, 9 hours, 10 hours. Horrible life you all are actually having here. Agree or not? 100% horrible life it is. That's the best offer Krishna is actually giving here. You come to my place, you will enjoy. And for that, you will have to know what kind of place I am going to. Just like if somebody is going to United States or some country in Europe or in Australia, before going there, you do all kinds of research, reviews, what is this place, where should I go, all those things. You do it or not? Yes? Same thing is what you are expected to do now. If that is spiritual world, before you go there, you know what is there. And that's what Bhagavatam talks about it. Bhagavatam talks about that only. It talks about what is there in the spiritual world. What does Krishna do there? Who is Krishna? Who are Krishna's friends? Who are Krishna's devotees? How did they actually become a devotee? All those stories are only given in Bhagavatam actually. When you read it, you get a glimpse of what is there in the spiritual world. Just like it is as good as you are browsing before you go to US or any other city. It is the same story here. You just have to do that. Krishna expects you to actually browse all those. Not in Google. From Bhagavatam. Right? Google is like, you don't know what is given there. It is not from, it may not be correct always. It is just information. But here it is fact. It's a history. Itihasas and Puranas, they are recorded history. History means his story. When he came, he enacted, his story was recorded and it is presented now. Just like a newspaper. When things are happening, they are recorded and then it is presented. So we believe in newspapers. In the same way, this is history. This literature are actually history. So we gain knowledge about spiritual world from these literatures or from his devotees. Just like if you want to understand a place, you go and talk to a place who was actually a person who has lived in that place. That is book, person Bhagavata. Book Bhagavata, person Bhagavata. And to whom you actually go and learn, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because in Kali Yuga there are a lot of cheaters. Just like many devotees used to say, you go and ask a person about some theory of relativity or quantum mechanics or whatever, some scientific terminology. Not everybody will open their mouth and speak. Only people who know, they will actually open their mouth and speak. But if you go and ask about God, everybody will give a lecture. Everybody will speak here in this material world as if they know everything. Right? Like we were just looking at some statistics of how many Bhagavad Gita were actually distributed. Right? So less Bhagavad Gitas were actually distributed in India. So less Bhagavad Gitas. They know, so-called Hindus, so-called, who's supposed to actually have Bhagavad Gita in their home, supposed to be reading Bhagavad Gita, and nobody does that today. They're so busy earning money. Money, money, money. That's what everybody is running behind for. They have forgotten the rich Indian culture, Mera Bharat Mahan. Mahan. There is no more Mahan. We are more of like slaves, servants. You know, a Brahmana is not supposed to go and work under somebody. If a Brahmana actually works under somebody and stretches his hand to get some money from somebody, he is considered as not a Brahmana. Strictly as per the scriptures. Right? You are not supposed to go and work under somebody. A Brahmana means he does something, he is the leader kind of. Everybody follows him, not that he follows somebody or he actually goes and begs for somebody. Brahmana never actually goes and works for somebody. Shudra only goes and works for somebody. That's why in Kali Yuga, everybody is said to be Shudra, because everybody goes and works for somebody. Work for the entire month and then please give me my salary. That's a Shudra's work actually. The Shudra only works like that. That's why Kali Yuga is known for Shudras and Vaishyas. Very less Kshatriyas and Brahmanas to nahi hai. Right? We're all actually they're called born Brahmin family. That's all. But they don't have the quality of a Brahmana. They are Brahma Bandhu, or so called say. They're like even their parents are also same. They are themselves for Brahma Bandhu, and then their generation further it comes, so it it waters down. That's all. Right? So the quality is not there. Scriptures say Brahmana means is this Patana, Patana, Yajana, Yajana, Dana, Pratigya. That's what he does. Patana means he reads scriptures. And then Patana, he teaches the scriptures. Yajana, Yajana, he performs Yajna, he engages everybody in the performance of Yajna. Dana, he lives in charity. If Krishna gives, I will accept. If Krishna doesn't give, this is what Krishna wants from me, I am happy, that's all. He doesn't actually go and expect anything. And if he gets more, he doesn't save it in his pocket. End of the day, if he has more, he gives it away to somebody. Next day, he still lives in the depending on the Lord. That's what is Brahmana. How many Brahmanas are here? I am not saying this, sorry to say this. Scriptures are actually saying this. Right? Even I was born in the Brahmana family. To hear all these things was a pain. But that's reality. The reality is this, that we are not actually real Brahmanas. Or just because we are born in a Brahmana family doesn't make us Brahmanas. Prabhupada used to say, a doctor's son is not a doctor. Yes or no? He still has to do all his education, degree and all those things, get himself, do his apprenticeship, get himself experience, and then only he is actually led to put knife on somebody. Just because he has a doctor's son, he is not led to do that. A lawyer's son is never a lawyer. In the same way, a Brahmana's son is not a Brahmana. Right? That's a fact. The fact is that it's not by birth. Krishna says very clearly, karma and guna. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam. I created these 4 divisions of the society. Chaturvarna maya shrishta. He created it. Shrishta. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Based on guna and karma. Not based on janma karma. Right? It's based on guna and karma, Krishna says. Anyway, so now we are in this material world and our destination is to actually go to the spiritual world. Because this human form of life is actually given to all of us so that we don't take another birth here in this material world. In fact, Bhagavatam actually makes a very heavy statement, saying that one should not become a king, one should not become a leader, one should not become a administrator or a teacher or a parent if they cannot deliver their dependents from the cycle of birth and death. Acha hai na? One should not even become a parent. Bhagavatam says, you should not beget a child unless you can go and deliver the child from the cycle of birth and death. It's a responsibility. It is not a joke. Taking a administrative position, taking some power, taking some leadership role, becoming a teacher, a parent is not a joke. It is actually a big responsibility. And in that responsibility, we are expected to deliver the dependents. Whoever is dependent upon us, we are expected to deliver them from the cycle of birth and death, which means those who are under me, they should not enter into another mother's womb. That's the responsibility they have taken. A parent's responsibility is my children should not enter into another mother's womb. Right? At the time of marriage, there are mantras chanted. When you actually hear the meaning of the mantra, nobody will marry. Right? It actually are responsibilities. These are all. We don't even, Kali Yuga people are dull-headed. There is no insight. It's not there. Only mud is there inside. They don't even think. It's including me. Right? We don't even think, in fact. We don't even understand what is actually happening around. We don't understand the material nature where we are living in. It is very stringent. Prabhupada says stringent laws of material nature. Nobody is excused here. Even if a child puts the finger inside the fire, fire will burn. That's what material nature is. Nobody is excused here. That's where we are living in. We make a mistake, we will be punished for sure. And we all are making millions and millions of mistakes living here, not doing things properly. Because we are expected to actually do a lot of things, we don't even know what we need to do. Because we are not reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. We don't even know what we need to do, first thing. And then we all think saying that whatever I am doing is correct. And we all give advices to others, free advice. Whatever I know, whatever success story I have, let me go and give that gyan to everybody. Right? We are all busy doing that. That's why Prabhupada was translated this book as Bhagavad Gita as it is. When we go and share even Krishna consciousness to others, we should not mix our masala inside it. We should present things as it is, saying, Krishna said this to Arjuna. Krishna wanted all of us to become Krishna's devotee, not my devotee. Prabhupada never preached to anybody saying that you become my follower. No. Prabhupada said, all of you are Krishna's devotee, go and surrender to Krishna. That's what Prabhupada said. That's why here ISKCON society is not dependent on any person. The leader of ISKCON society is Krishna himself. Krishna himself actually started this society, not just now, millions of years ago. Just like Prabhupada came here and revived this whole bhakti movement. That's what Prabhupada did. He gave a new color, new face to this movement. That's all. So, our job here is to actually put an end to the cycle of birth and death. We should no more take another birth here in this material world. And instead, all of us should go to the spiritual world and live a happy life with Krishna. That's what we are expected to do. That's the goal of our life. Go and do service to Krishna. That's what we are all expected to do. And for that, to know that, we need to read the scriptures and follow the devotees of the Lord. And here in this purport, we can actually see even Narada Muni's own life story. Narada Muni, he himself says that in the 4th and 5th chapter of this first canto, the whole Narada Muni's life story is actually given there. That Narada Muni was actually a Shudra's son. His mother was actually doing some service at home. And one of the home where they were doing some service, there were 4 great devotees were there, Bhakti Vedantas. They were staying there, and for the whole of Chaturmasya, they stayed in one place and they were doing devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And then this boy, his mother was doing some menial service in the house, and the boy also used to accompany his mother. and he used to also accompany in the service to those to the Bhakti Vedantas. And sometimes he used to actually eat their uchishta, their remnants of their food. And just because of that association with the devotees of the Lord, Narada Muni, who was a Shudra's son, in the next life he became a Narada Muni. What a transformation. This is how Narada Muni actually came. He didn't do any gymnastics to do that. He didn't go to Himalayas, stand upside down, have beard. No, he didn't do all these things. All he did was simple menial service to the devotees, that's all. Serving devotees is said to be great potency it has. Chaitanya Charitamrita talks about 3 things which have great potency. 1, the dust of the feet of a devotee. That's why in the Indian culture we used to actually bow down and touch the feet of some other great personalities. Yes or no? That culture is also dying away. Today we have a hi-fi salute. You say pranam and then keep going. There is no touching of the feet and all. Just from a distance say pranam. That's all over. The dust from the feet of the devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, the remnants of foodstuff from a devotee's plate. These things are said to be Mahabalas, and it has great potency to actually revive our spiritual capacity that we have. These are all great potencies. They are called Mahabalas. They are. If somebody gets opportunity with all these things, the dust from the feet of a devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, or the remnants of the food stuff from a plate of a devotee, if somebody gets that and honors it, we all honor prasadam. We don't eat prasadam. Right? This is the prasadam. Prasadam means it's the mercy of the Lord. The Lord mercifully has actually given the food. After he has actually tasted it, he has given the remnants for our spiritual progress. He has given that. So we honor prasadam and we don't waste prasadam. Right? So this, when we honor prasadam from the uchishta, the remnants of the food, that's what Narada Muni did in his previous life. That has actually transformed him completely. And in this next life, he became a pure devotee of the Lord. Very simple life he had. He had conviction, he had faith in the devotees of the Lord. He served them very faithfully, menially, humbly, without any agendas, plans in his mind. He served them and then he got the benefit of love of Krishna. Right? After the 4 Bhakti Vedantas departed, his mother also passed away, and then he went to the forest, and then in the forest he started meditating on the Supreme Lord, because he got all the support from the devotees of the Lord, and he started praying to the Supreme Lord. The Lord actually appeared in his heart. For a moment he actually appeared in his heart, and then he disappeared. Then since then Narada Muni's eagerness to actually see the Lord and then serve him is increased multifold. And out of that eagerness, he started serving the Lord more and more. And then eventually he became a devotee. What we see, what we hear. That's Narada Muni's life. The little association that he has got has transformed him completely. He got little association, only 4 months of association. That's all. Srila Prabhupada also met his spiritual master only 4 or 5 times, that's all. It doesn't need days and days of association. No. It depends on the sincerity of our heart. Even if somebody gets a lifetime of association, somebody may not transform. There's a nice story of Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya, once he was after having his prasadam, honoring the prasadam, he was actually walking within the Srirangam temple. He has to wash the hand, and then for washing the hand, he actually went to the pond and then he washed his hand in the pond. And then the fishes which ate the food grains from the hand of Ramanujacharya, the fishes ate those food grains, that remnants. Immediately after eating those food grain remnants, all the fishes took four-handed form and they all actually went to spiritual world. One by one, all of them actually went. The disciples were all seeing, witnessing all these things, that fishes were getting four hands and they were all going to Vaikuntha, spiritual world. And then the disciples asked Ramanujacharya, saying that, oh, we are eating your remnants every day. Every day we get some of your remnants and we get a chance to eat all those remnants. Such a thing never happened to us. But these fishes, they were all actually going back to spiritual world. How is this happening? Why is this? So that time Ramanujacharya said, saying that they are very simple-hearted. You are not. Right? So that makes a big difference. That even if you get a nice association of a pure devotee of the Lord, if we are not qualified, we are not making ourselves, just like the Bhagavatam also speaks about wet wood and dry wood. Which will catch fire easily? Dry wood. Right? Fire is the same. Sanga, association is the same. The same fire, same Bhagavatam, same spiritual knowledge. There is nothing different in giving. Right? Same people may be sitting in the class. Everybody gets different realizations. It makes difference. Right? Lot of difference, in fact. Whoever's heart is very fertile, that's where the seed of bhakti grows very easily. So we need to make our heart fertile. And how does that happen? That happens by serving the devotees of the Lord. When we serve the devotees of the Lord, our egos get crushed. Literally gets crushed. Because the tendency is, we always want to actually feel that I am great and other person is lower than me. That's the tendency we all of us have. We all think saying that I am good. We all want to hear something good about ourselves. Right? When somebody speaks something good about ourselves, we become very jubilant in our heart inside. Oh, yes, what you are saying is correct. But inside we may feel like that, but outside we may say, no, Prabhuji, I am not like that, Prabhuji, something like that. Right? But inside we will be elated in happiness, saying that what you are saying is 100% true. I am such capable, I am so capable. Right? That's what we feel inside. Right? But when we go and serve devotees, like oftentimes we have to do a lot of menial services. Being under somebody is not something easy. Material life, everybody wants to be independent. Everybody wants to be independent. Everybody wants to like to do whatever I like to do, I will do. But being under somebody and serving as per their instruction, following whatever they are saying and acting accordingly for their pleasure is not easy. That is exactly what a disciple has to do under Guru. A disciple's life means his life is like a surrendered life. He has no independence. Whatever the spiritual master wants him to do, he will go and do that. That's what a disciple's life means. Like we can see even the Supreme Lord, Krishna and Sudama, they both went to the forest to collect wood for a spiritual master, and they got stuck in the rain, and then they were in the forest, mid of the forest with the firewood, and then they were doing menial service for the spiritual master. In fact, it is said that a brahmachari, when he goes and serves a spiritual master, he cannot even eat his food unless the spiritual master or the spiritual master's wife asks him to eat. They cannot even eat food. Unless they go ask him to eat food, they cannot eat. Unless they go and say that you go to sleep, they cannot go to sleep. They don't have any independence. Surrender means we give our independence to the spiritual master. That's what real surrender means. That I don't have anything of my own. Everything is yours. In fact, that's what namaskara means. Nahi mama ahankara. Nothing is mine, everything is yours. Namaskara, sir. Nothing is mine, everything is yours. It's so funny when people actually go and really say, like, they don't really understand the meaning of it. What namaskara means. Namaskara means nahi mama ahankara. Nothing is actually mine. I am offering everything at your lotus feet. That's what namaskara actually means. Right? So that's why a disciple's life is. A disciple means they actually are doing menial service to the spiritual master, and by that service, Krishna himself says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. The way to actually learn spiritual things is this is what a disciple needs to do. Krishna says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. We have to go do menial service to the spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, not challenging way, not in a challenging mood. We have to go and humbly ask, you are saying something like this, but my mind actually feels like it could be something like this. Could you please clarify so that I will be able to understand this? That's a humble inquiry. No, what you said is not correct. I feel this is correct. You don't know anything. You are nonsense. That's not a humble inquiry. And then sevaya. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam. Then the spiritual master actually imparts knowledge onto him. Knowledge means it descends down. It descends. From the spiritual master, it descends down to the disciple's life. Tattvadarshinaha. A person who has already seen the truth, he is actually explaining the truth to the disciples. That's what Tattvadarshinaha means. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So Krishna says that this is how we should learn spiritual life. When Arjuna asks, Krishna explained it. That this is how spiritual life actually means. Spiritual life means it begins with surrender. It begins with going and doing menial, humble service to somebody, just like how Narada Muni did. By that association, by that sanga, the devotion that is there in the heart of the spiritual master comes to the disciple also. That is how bhakti manifests. Bhakti does not manifest by reading scriptures. If that is the case, then in India at least so many people read Bhagavad Gita. Not so many people became devotees. They don't even understand who Krishna is, even after reading Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti comes from the heart of a Bhakta to the heart of a person who is trying to practice, who is trying to serve the devotees. That's why in today's verse we read saying that Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Nashta prayeshu abhadra. All the impurities, difficulties, abhadra. Abhadra means impurities that is there in the heart becomes nashta, becomes destroyed. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu. Everything that is there in the difficulties, obstacles and problems that we have in the heart for progressing in devotional service in Krishna consciousness gets completely destroyed. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. When we go and serve devotees of the Lord, pure devotees of the Lord, when we go and serve them without any agendas in our mind, just for the sake of serving them, so that we become purified, become dear to Krishna, that should be the only intention. Not that I should get name, fame and glory in the association of devotees. Not for that purpose. Not that I should become famous. Not that 100 people should actually glorify me. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Na danam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatat bhakti rahituki tvai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I don't want wealth. I don't want followers. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually says something like this. I don't want all these things. What I want is, I want to actually do service to you. Oh Lord, I want to actually do bhakti to you, life after life after life. That's what I'm aspiring for. I don't want anything else. It's something like this. If you happen to go be next to a millionaire, say for example, Mukesh Ambani. We all know he is such a rich person, right? If you happen to actually be next to him, right? You go and actually do service to him. Even the same thing actually happened. A similar thing actually happened to Yamunacharya. Yamunacharya, he was like before he become, he was actually a king. He conquered a king. That's a very nice story how he actually became a king. But Yamunacharya was actually a king. His spiritual master actually sent one of his disciple to Yamunacharya saying that you go and teach, the right moment will come. At that, Yamunacharya now is very busy. He is ruling the kingdom, he is very busy. He has no time to actually hear your teachings. But some right moment will come, you wait for that time and then you teach him the necessary things. So his disciple, I forgot his name, anybody remembers? I forgot his name. So that disciple of, who is Yamunacharya's spiritual master? I'm forgetting, it's okay. So that disciple of spiritual master, you know how he actually impressed Yamunacharya? He used to actually bring a special kind of spinach every day, and he used to give it to the cook. It's called as tuduvalai. It's a very special spinach, and he used to give that to the cook of the king and say that you make this spinach to the king every day. It is very healthy for him. It is very good for him. You make this every day. And then every day he used to actually, without fail, that disciple used to come and then give it to the king's cook. And then the cook also used to actually prepare a nice dish with that spinach, and that used to be offered to Yamunacharya every day. Every day Yamunacharya was getting that in his plate. And he becomes so addicted to that dish. He was enjoying that dish. He was almost addicted to it. One day that disciple did not turn up purposefully. And that day the king did not get that dish. And then Yamunacharya asked his cook saying that, why this is not there today in the plate? And then the cook saying that every day one person actually comes, he comes and delivers the spinach. He doesn't even take money for it. He says he simply wants to serve you. I simply want to serve you, that's all. I have nothing, I don't want anything from you. I simply want to actually serve you, that's all. You know if you actually go and serve a multi-millionaire and say that I don't want anything from you, I just want to simply serve you. You know what happens with that? That person will be able to give all his love and affection to that person who is serving. Because there is no business dealing. If the person comes and serves for money, this multi-millionaire can throw some hundreds and 200 or 10,000 rupees to him, finish the deal, that's all. It's all, the deal is over, chapter is closed. But if somebody comes and does some service without I don't want anything from you, I just want to serve you. Then that person, the multi-millionaire, will become perturbed. He doesn't know how to react to this person. He will not know what should he offer in return. Krishna becomes something like that. When a devotee comes and serves the Lord without any expectation in his heart, Krishna does not know how to actually return or reciprocate with that person. Many people come and actually serve the Lord with some purpose, even with the purpose of mukti, liberation. Krishna very easily offers them liberation and finishes the chapter with them. That's all, over. You came with that purpose, I gave you that purpose, deal is done, over. But if a devotee comes and serves the Lord, I don't want anything from you. I simply wants to come and serve you. That's all. You know, Krishna does not know how to actually reciprocate with the person. In the course of attempting to actually please the devotee who is serving him, he ends up offering himself to the devotee. That's why Prabhupada said, saying that we don't want to become God, we want to become greater than God. For a devotee of the Lord, because of his unmotivated, unalloyed, uninterrupted service to the Supreme Lord, Krishna becomes purchased. Yashoda Maya was able to take a stick and chase the Supreme Lord, beat him up, make him cry. She was able to do all these things out of love. Krishna's friends, they used to sit on the back of the Supreme Lord, make him carry. And Krishna was not ready to do anything for his friends. That was the kind of mood in Vrindavan. It's a bonding of love. There was no business in that dealing. Oh Krishna, please give me this. Oh Krishna, I'm going through all this suffering. Please help me from this suffering. These are actually having some dealings. Then Krishna can easily finish with that dealings and then close the chapter. But if a devotee does devotional service without anything, I simply wants to go and serve you, that's all. I have no other purpose. No, I am not even thinking of any kind of like a profit for that. That is called as pure devotional service. That pure devotional service actually attracts Krishna. Krishna becomes purchased with that. That is what love means. Love means it's an unconditional service. There is no condition behind it. So that we learn by serving the devotees of the Lord. It is easy to actually serve the picture or a deity of the Lord. You can do alankara to the Lord as you like. Today I will dress red color dress to the Lord. But to serve a devotee is not easy. Because you will make puri and then go, the devotee will ask for rice. And if you are doing menial, humble service to please him, you have to keep that puri aside and go make fresh, prepare rice and then go. And then he might go and say, no, I changed my mind, I want chapati now. It's not easy to serve devotees. Not easy at all. But that is the process of purification. To please a devotee of the Lord, to please a Vaishnava and then satisfy them, that is the process of purification. That takes effort, that takes sacrifice. Love means sacrifice. Just like how mother and father sacrifices for the child. There is sacrifice in love. Without sacrifice and service, there is no love. When we serve devotees, we learn all these things. That's why Mahat Sevaya Dwara Mahur Vimukte. By serving the devotees, the doors to the spiritual world opens up. Wide opens up by serving devotees. That's why we have to be in association of devotees. We have to not have too much of outsiders association. When we have outsiders association, the problem is that this whatever we are learning, that gets slowly will die. Our mind will actually conquer over us. What we hear repeatedly, that's what we will remember. The more we try to hear about the Supreme Lord, the more we try to chant the holy names of the Lord, the more we actually read the scriptures of the Lord, the more we be in the association of devotees of the Lord, the more we will be reminded about the Lord. If we just become a Sunday devotee, then we will become like that only. Right? Of course, Sunday is that practically it is possible for us, all of us, to come together and congregate. But it doesn't mean that we should not take association of devotees or be in touch with the Supreme Lord through this literatures, books, chanting of the holy name of the Lord. We should do that every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, it says. Every day, every moment, we should be aspiring, we should be, the fire should be burning in our heart to do more and more and more and more and more. In fact, in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami says, saying that that eagerness to serve the Lord is the ticket to go back to spiritual world. It's called as laulyam. How much ever that fire, the inside, that fire is there, more blazing to serve the Lord, to serve the devotees, to hear about the Supreme Lord, to chant the holy name of the Lord, that eagerness, the more and more the eagerness actually develops, the more we become closer to the Supreme Lord. For that, it doesn't need to be seeing the Lord always. Rukmani is a great example. Rukmani never saw Krishna. She only heard about Krishna here and there. We should actually see, when we read Rukmani's pastime, beautiful pastime. Very beautiful pastime Rukmani's is like. She only actually heard about the Supreme Lord here and there. That he wears a peacock feather, he has a flute, he has this qualities. Only very few things Rukmani actually heard. But she has an intense desire for the Supreme Lord. That if at all, my whole existence is to serve him. That's how she was actually living. I am his property. How can I be somebody else other's property? How can this jackal Shishupala can come and take me? I am meant for the lions, Krishna. How can this jackal come and take me? I am not supposed to be taken by this jackal. So she wrote a love letter. She wrote a letter to the Supreme Lord. Very beautifully she wrote, and then saying that please come in a disguised form, so that I respect my family members, I respect my brother, I respect my father's decision. I don't want to actually harm them. You please come and in a disguised form and kidnap me and go, so that everything will be peaceful here. She wrote a love letter to the Supreme Lord, and then Krishna also came, and then the whole thing happened. Right? So that's how Rukmani Devi developed her love. So when we read all this pastime, we should actually learn lessons from Srimad Bhagavatam, saying that this is how devotees actually were practicing Krishna consciousness, expressing their love for Krishna. And we should learn, we should take inspiration from it. And then each of them may get attracted to a certain devotee of the Lord, certain pastime of devotees. We may get attracted to them. And we develop our love intensely. The more intense our love actually develops, the more easy it becomes for Krishna to take us. It is as simple as that. Right? So, if we stay in the association of devotees, opportunity actually is more and more and more and more for us. The more we associate, the more we hear, the more we practice, the more it actually benefits us. The lesser we associate, the lesser we chant, the lesser we read, we know what to expect. We all want our future to be changing, but we don't want to change the present. I don't want to make any change now, but my future should change. That's our expectation, but वो नहीं होगा. Future change करना है तो present भी change करना पड़ेगा आपको. So we should increase our time for devotees, we should increase our association with the devotees, chant more of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, read more of this about the Lord, read more about the devotees, increase our eagerness. All these are actually going to help us, take us in our spiritual life. And each of us, we are all responsible for our spiritual life. And we can help support our dependents. Whoever will actually are dependent on us, we can give the same scriptural knowledge, Acharya's teachings, we can give the same thing to them. Help them in a way so that they also become a devotee of Krishna. They also end the cycle of birth and death. They also take shelter of the Supreme Lord, engage themselves in unalloyed devotional service of the Supreme Lord. That's how Narada Muni became. Sanga matters. You associate with right people, you get right results. You associate with wrong people, that's what you get. Prabhupada said, when somebody asked Prabhupada saying, how can I actually chant nicely? Prabhupada said, how can you become a good smoker? How can you become a good smoker? You go and sit and be along with people who smoke nicely, you will also smoke nicely. With whom you associate with, that's what you actually will get. You want to become a devotee of Krishna, then you be with devotees of Krishna. That's why this society of Krishna consciousness is there for devotees to actually come together, clap our hands and glorify the Lord. That's why this society is there. That's why this place is also rented for. We don't make any profit out of this. You think about this Bhagavad Gita, for example. This is like a Bhagavad Gita is like 800,000 pages book. How many pages are there? Anybody knows? Maybe easily around 800 to 1000 pages of book, right? You go and buy a similar size of book outside. How much they will charge? I'm just asking you, how much they may charge you? 1000, 1500, that's what they will easily charge. How much temple is selling the book? What they get out of it? Nothing. Temple doesn't make any profit by selling this book, distributing this book. In fact, we don't say selling, we distribute books. We don't make profit. Sale means there is profit out of it. We distribute books. We recover the printing cost and transportation cost. For that we take some money. Otherwise there is no intention to take any money from anybody. We want to give it free. In fact, many devotees sponsor for the books and we are able to distribute it with discounted price. We want this to reach more people. This place is actually hired and we pay thousands of money for rent in this place. Devotees contribute something here. Many devotees contribute on a monthly basis and then or some basis they contribute and then the show is going on here. Somehow things are getting managed, that's all. The intention is not to make profit here. In fact, Prabhupada created a society where money comes this side and it goes this side. The bank balance is always zero. In ISKCON, that's how management actually happens. Money comes from this side and it goes this side. More money comes, we know how to spend it more. We distribute it. We increase our preaching. If we get more, we will do more preaching. That's what our society runs. And every center is independent in ISKCON. It is not that we get money from some other center. No. This center was opened with all devotees nearby around supporting it. That's all. No money comes from other center to here. Generally. Right? Every center is supposed to be self-sustaining. That's how ISKCON is there. The intention is to actually go and spread Krishna consciousness locally to these people. When we have more devotees in this, let's go and start a center in Indiranagar. That's all. Spread there. Indiranagar, there are more devotees, go and start in Alsur. And our acharyas have given a target for us, make this whole Bangalore a Krishna conscious city. That's how our acharyas have actually told us. Make this whole city Krishna conscious. So Kaggadaspura alone is not sufficient. All of us who are sitting here, you have to practice Krishna consciousness nicely. You have to go and share this to somebody else. They should also become a devotee. This hall should become filled up. There should not be any place for devotees to sit. That time, okay, let's start one more center. Tan-ta-dan. One more center comes up and preaching grows like that. That's how preaching has been growing in Bangalore. Few years back, 10 years back, like all of us, most of the devotees who are sitting here, we all used to go to Narasimha Giridhari temple. We all were actually serving there. Then eventually Whitefield Center came and from there expanded. We are expanding. We want more devotees. We want to actually grow. We want to preach Krishna consciousness. We want more people to take up Krishna consciousness. Everybody is dying here without knowing Krishna. So whatever help we all can offer, we should actually come forward and offer here. So that's why it is very important to stay in this nice association of devotees. Only in association of devotees we get reminded about Krishna. Elsewhere you don't get reminded. When you are in office, how many of you are able to remind yourself about Krishna? Not easy. Right? Not easy. Because you don't see people who wear tilaka, who wear kanti mala, who wear Vaishnava dress and come. As soon as you see people who are wearing tilaka, kanti mala, you get reminded about the Lord. You get reminded about the Lord. When you come here to the center, you don't think about anything else. When you come to the center, we ask who you are, you all will say, I am spirit soul. When you go outside, when we ask who you are, varieties of answers will come for that. Right? That's why association of devotees is very important. Let's be in association of devotees, help ourselves in our spiritual journey. We are doing all these things for ourselves. Right? Everybody likes to be selfish. Be selfish, that's nice. Help yourself first. Make yourself Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious. When you become Krishna conscious, you cannot hide your Krishna consciousness. It will automatically spill over and pour. You will be able to give it to others. That's what preaching means. You cannot contain love of Krishna within yourself. It is impossible to contain. If you have love for Krishna, it will come out exploding for sure. That's what preaching means. When you have content inside, it will come out outside also. If you have nothing inside, nothing will come outside. So put things inside by being in association of devotees. Inject things inside. Then once you become stuffed inside, then it will float automatically. Okay? I'll stop here. I'm already late. Thank you very much. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. Okay, any comments, questions? Yes,
Any questions are there? Please raise your hand. There is a
After you
mic.
did complete that king search for that person, what was happened after that?
Let it be a surprise then.
So I was wondering that every day we do service to the Lord, in case purposely at all we don't do what
Yamunacharya then started inquiring, and until then he was not inquiring about who was bringing this spinach, and then eventually he got to know about this person. He met that person, then this person actually introduced himself saying that I was sent to you by your spiritual master, saying that one day you will actually hear me. Your spiritual master has actually got a treasure. He is actually holding a treasure, and I am actually willing to actually give it to you. So then, to get that treasure, you have to come alone with me. You cannot take all of your sipais, soldiers. So then Yamunacharya went alone with that person, and then every day he started reading Bhagavatam, he started reading Bhagavad Gita, and eventually Yamunacharya's Krishna consciousness was revived, woken up. And then he eventually left off all his kingdom, he became a great Acharya later on. That's how association is. Yes, Prabhu. Sorry.
Actually, we need to serve our devotees and all, but we fail in serving devotees.
You said you fail?
We do mistakes.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
So when we do mistakes, how to take it?
Do more mistakes and learn. Right? Oftentimes devotees actually are scared that aparadha, Vaishnava aparadha, I should not commit Vaishnava aparadha, there's a mad elephant often, my spiritual life will get ruined or spoiled. In that, thinking that they don't serve devotees at all. That's not the right way. Right? We should serve devotees, we should commit mistakes, we should get chastised, and we should learn ourselves, correct ourselves, do it better next time, get more chastisement, get more scoldings. That's the way to actually learn, right? So even while driving cycle, we fall down. It doesn't mean that I will not drive cycle. It's as simple as that. So drive cycle, fall down, learn mistakes, correct, rectify yourself. That's what spiritual life is all about. Krishna himself saying that Arjuna asked this question, saying that what happens to a yogi who was practicing for some time and then he got driven away, just like how clouds are driven away in the wind, how he got lost somewhere. What happens to him? But then Krishna actually said such a person will come back quickly. Shipram bhavati dharmatma, he said. Very quickly such a devotee will rise up back. So better to do mistakes, fall down, then learn from that mistakes, rectify ourselves, stand up and then go. That's a better way than not doing it at all. And we don't have opportunity at all to actually purify, to rectify, to learn that. Right? Makes sense?
Questions?
Anybody more questions?
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Yantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
So the wonderful class, we started with glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, how it's about fire. We have to come into contact with the fire. You know? That's how we get an association of Srimad Bhagavatam. And how we get associated with Bhagavatam? Through the agency of Krishna Bhagavatam, Bhakti Bhagavatam. And Bhakti Bhagavatam are the pure devotees. And where do we find the pure devotees? In the association with the temples and all. So this is how this center has come up. You know? So when we come to the association of these devotees, what will happen? We get a place in Vaikuntha where there are trees which can give you puri sabji. You know? So puri sabji, do you want to go? Have it? So yes. So we have to come to this center, an association, every week without miss and see the devotees around. This is what the center has come up here. You know? 1 year back, 2 years back, you remember? These devotees who are here, you know, senior devotees. So they used to go to temple, we have 10 kilometers to go to associate with devotees. Now, how many of you are coming from 10 kilometers here for seeing this center? Okay, how many of you are having houses at 5 kilometers? Minimum 5 kilometers, yeah? More than 5 kilometers, anybody is here coming from? No, easy. Just 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers, of course, where to come, there is a center where you are also. So, now this mercy has come out, so we have to take it up very eagerly. There are delays this. Every Sunday, this setup is come up. We have devotees here are contributing themselves to set up every show every Sunday. So, please take the benefit of the Sunday program. So we thank Bandhu Madhav Prabhu who is guiding us to set up this center and run the centers properly and in a more efficient way. So of course we thank him with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the department. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So devotees have distributed Japamala to all of you. How many of you will be doing Japa first time today? First time? Good. So, can you show your mala? Okay. So everybody has got the mala, it has 108 beads. Okay. And one bead will be extra. This is called Krishna Mani or Guru Mani or Meru Mani. So we have to chant from the next bead from this, not on the Meru Mani. Next money we have to chant. What number we have to chant? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a process of mantra meditation. So you are meditating. You see many meditation processes. So this is the most effective meditation process where focus on the sound of vibration that we are producing. What mantra we are speaking, same mantra we are hearing. Okay? So this is the process. We have to chant and we have to hear. Focus is on that. Sound vibrations. Sound vibrations attract our mind. Sound vibrations will purify our heart. So our process is to chant. Okay. We have to hold this mala like this. We have to keep this first finger away because this is called as a ahankar. And we have to keep our ahankar away. And with all these four fingers we can chant. Just one first finger, index finger, we have to keep it away. What is what is present there? We have to keep it away. And then others. Okay, we have this bead bag also. If you have bead bags, you can keep your bead in your bag and chant. Why we keeping this? Because we should not touch here and there. Don't touch this mala to your feet. Don't touch this mala to the ground. It's auspicious, it's sacred mala. So we cannot, that's why we have a bead bag also. Okay, if you don't have bead bag, hold it in two hands like this. Okay, and chant. And maybe you can keep on your lap. Don't touch your feet. Okay, so let us start. Are you ready? Okay. So before we start, we chant Panchatattva mantra. So this mantra is invoking the blessings of the Panchatattva Mahaprabhu. Okay. So please repeat behind me. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
Everybody has got mala? Anybody has not got mala, please raise the hand. Volunteers will give you. Okay, let us stand. We'll chant with Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. So this was a process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I request all of you to chant regularly this Mahamantra, at least minimum 1 round. Of course, Prabhupada has mentioned to chant 16 rounds of it. But let us start. To help you all, we are having an online japa session which will come to know in our group. The link will come. So you can join it between 5:30 to 6:30.